Live from the Grenadian capital, this is the GBN television news. GBN, covering you from the Grenadine Island chain to Brooklyn, New York, via the World Wide Web on www.gbn.gd.
The news headlines is brought to you compliments GUT Credit Union.
Imagine having the home of your dreams. Imagine investing in that piece of property you can call your own. Imagine finally doing that home improvement project you've always been thinking about. It's time to stop imagining and start doing. Let the GUT Credit Union help you take the first step with fantastic rates, affordable repayments, and reduced legal fees. Make the move. Get better terms on your mortgage. Use your home equity to make those dreams a reality. Act now. There's really no place like home. GUT Credit Union. It's where you belong.
This is the GBN television news for Wednesday, the 25th of August, 2021. I'm Chrislyn, Lashington. In the headlines, further alarm on the island of Grenada as 35 new COVID-19 cases are identified in mass testing. Is mass testing possible? There was an error there. So is mass testing possible? A question that arises amidst increase in COVID-19 cases. Health officials dismayed over blatant disregard of self-isolation orders. Members of the public assess the prospect of herd immunity among students ahead of the September 6th reopening. Brewing company issues warning amidst latest social media challenge that can result in severe bodily harm. In around the globe, increase in COVID-19 calls take a toll on the St. Lucian Fire Service. And a plea for government to give priority attention for vaccination to the homeless in Jamaica. Coming up in sports night, Crookshank makes a splash tonight in the women's 100-meter breaststroke. And Pakistan crushed Windies by 109 runs to level series. Details right after this message.
Hey folks, you're invited to tune in to Grenada Music to the World program, hosted by Eugene Gittens on Saturday mornings from 10 a.m. to 12 noon on Classic Radio 105.5, 105.9, Hot FM 98.5, 98.7, GBN TV, and all their social media platforms. The only totally local music program in Grenada, representing all genres of music. So it's Green's Music to the World on Saturday mornings from 10 a.m. to 12 noon on GBN with the music icon himself, Mr. Eugene Gittens. See you then.
Good evening. This is GBN's news at 7. The number of COVID-19 cases is beginning to hit the roof in Grenada. The Ministry of Health reported late this afternoon that another 35 cases were identified today, the highest recorded number of cases since the start of the pandemic. This as the Ministry of Health continues its aggressive contact tracing and testing efforts in the wake of clusters being identified among residents. The new cases bring to 265 the total number of cases recorded in Grenada since we recorded our first case in March 2020. All but one of the new cases are among persons with no recent travel history. Health officials are still sifting through the data related to the cases, but there is confirmation of at least one case in the ministerial complex. There is also confirmation of a positive case in the agriculture sector, and the Ministry of Agriculture has since closed its propagation stations in St. Andrew and St. David. Acting Chief Medical Officer Dr. Sean Charles explained that the rapid increase in case numbers is not unexpected, as scientific data shows that cases will start off small, explode, and then decrease. Is mass testing possible? That's the latest question being put on the table as the country explores more ways of stemming the COVID-19 wave. The question was posed to the communications officer in the Ministry of Health, Kevin Frederick. Chrislyn John has this report.
I don't think it it is 100% accurate to say that we are not doing mass testing because, for example, I think between today and Friday, we have about 60 employees or more from the Nutmeg Pooling Grove who were potentially exposed, who we are going to be, we are actually swabbing them.
That's what I mean.
So Blossom, in every health district, there are health facilities. You have health centers and you have medical stations. We have about 32, well, I think let's say about 31 in operation because one or two might be under repair. But we do have stations there, and people can contact the nurse there and request it as much as possible if they think that they were potentially exposed.
Frederick added that they are, however, testing and will continue to test through contact tracing, but the concentration now is on people who have been immediately exposed, and so they are avoiding any unnecessary risks.
And what we have also seen, Blossom, not everybody, but I also need to put that out there. Persons, because we know a number of persons who wanted to be tested. They got tested, and after they got tested, they feel, well, they're Superman or Superwoman, so they're just out there all about, and they are also fronting the protocols. And we are saying that even if we do that amount of testing and you continue to be irresponsible, yes, it does not in any way address the situation and curb the spread, because we know what our challenges are with respect to our health facilities. And if that curve is not flattened, yes, if that curve continues to peak, we are in serious problems.
The Ministry of Health has embarked on its third outreach for persons to be vaccinated. The process began on Tuesday with stations present at both Willis and the Health Promotion Center at the Ministry. Frederick highlighted the planned locations for the rest of this week where persons can get vaccinated.
Our God's will, from 8:30 to 12 noon, we are going to be at St. David's Police Station right there. If you can't miss us, we will be under a tent. All of our nurses and so on will be there. Then from 9 to 5 p.m., that's 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., Grenville Bus Terminus. And from 1 p.m. to 5 p.m., Cafe Junction. So then on Friday, God's will, the 27th, from 8:30 to 12 noon, we will be at the Soteas Bus Terminus. 1 p.m. to 5 p.m., we are going to be at Tivoli Pasture.
Frederick was guest on GBN's To The Point on Wednesday. Chrislyn John, GBN News.
In the meantime, health officials are appealing to people who have been asked to self-isolate to remain in isolation. The repeated breach of this requirement is of major concern to the Health Ministry as it tries to put a cap on the COVID outbreak in Grenada. Kevil Frederick, Communications and Informations Officer in the Ministry of Health, says there have been violations.
I must say that we are extremely concerned, Blossom, and you may see a release on that later today, that persons who were instructed to isolate themselves at home, they are ignoring our advice and they are putting others at extreme risk by moving around. I saw a guy this morning in Guelph. I know that he is supposed to have isolated himself. He's out there wearing a mask. Now, when you approach them, they tend to abuse you and threaten you and so on. And, it's just a human appeal that we are making. We are making a very genuine appeal here. Ladies, gentlemen, you have been advised to at least isolate yourself at home.
Frederick says some individuals are even going as far as still going to work after being asked to self-isolate.
Just isolate for 7 to 14 days. We are going to continue testing you, right? Because at least they will be tested twice. Some of them are still going to work, Blossom. They are traveling on buses. They are not disclosing what we want to say as their status to their friends, to their colleagues, to their employers. And that is a serious, serious concern for us.
That is definitely concerning. Moving ahead, schools are scheduled to reopen in less than 2 weeks. Vaccinating students above the age of 12 is being encouraged regionally and internationally. Will the prospect of herd immunity among students in Grenada be one of the cards laid on the table ahead of school's September 6th reopening? That's one of the issues being put under the microscope.
While appearing on GBN's Beyond the Headlines on Monday, pharmacologist Dr. Candice Ursula says there is hesitancy between schools and parents in the U.S. on whether or not students who are eligible should take the available COVID-19 vaccines. She believes alternative options should be available for students who cannot be vaccinated due to their parents' request.
Want to send your kid to school, you go ahead and homeschool them. What does that look like? So it's been kind of chaotic. The level of tests are going up because of going back to school as well. And so there's just a lot of continued concern throughout the nation overall about what's going on.
Locally, schools are set to reopen on September 6th, 2021. Amidst the drawback of a current outbreak in Grenada, concerns exist as to what measures can be taken to prevent the spread of the virus among the student population. Responding to the questions on whether or not adjustments are being made for students going back to school, Dr. Sean Charles alluded to the fluidity of the situation while making mention of the Pfizer vaccine.
Encourage parents, like I did, we encourage parents to get their children vaccinated. All right? My children are vaccinated today, and I'm very happy, I'm very pleased about that, because I would like them to return to school in September. All right, have some semblance of normalcy in their life and in their education, and not have to worry that they may pick up something in school and have some, and that will affect them adversely.
For GBN News, Trinity reporter Anaya Clement.
Education officials across the region are debating whether they should implement mandatory vaccinations in schools. As these countries continue to fight COVID-19, access to the FDA-approved Pfizer vaccine is considered as one way to safeguard children. But will parents in Grenada give authorization for their children to get the jab? More in this report.
With Guyana considering mandatory vaccination for students for the new school term, Prime Minister of neighboring island Trinidad and Tobago, Dr. Keith Rowley, has made it clear that his administration is deliberating mandatory vaccination if not enough students are vaccinated in the coming weeks.
Left it up to the responsibility of parents to be reasonable, to be understanding, to be caring, and to be responsible. And if it gets to that, the government will have no difficulty in intervening on the children's behalf, as we've done with measles, with mumps.
Grenada is scheduled to reopen school in early September. Coming off the heels of the Ministry of Health announcement of the Pfizer vaccine being made available for children 12 and older, questions arise. Are people in Grenada willing to have their children vaccinated? And if vaccination for students is made mandatory, what will parents do? GBN took its mic to the streets of the capital and captured those responses.
I think it's a personal decision for parents. I personally would not do it, but I think every person has to wait and what is their best interest, what is their position, what is their interpretation of the science, and decide from there. But if it were left up to me, I would not choose to vaccinate my children at this time.
Because vaccination is there for quite a long time now, and it saves lives. It is very important that we understand this basic fact. And so because of that basic fact, I will definitely vaccinate them.
Yes, I will. Because I'm pro-science. I believe in science, and with all the advances nowadays in technology and scientific research, I'm for it.
I think that we should have a choice in that area. Nobody's supposed to force anything down no one's throat. Okay, we should have a choice as to what we want to do and why we do. Why is it that we drinking bush for other people fever?
I already vaccinated, and I don't know if my daughter will give her daughter the okay to take her vaccine. And once they're under the age of, I could able to control them towards that, I will give them the okay to do it.
No, not at all. Well, they have something they call homeschool. YouTube teach us everything these days.
No. Why? If vaccination has been mandatory in school, what would you do?
Take them out. I'm going to take them out of school and teach them home. Not yet.
Vaccination mandatory for children in school. What would you do?
I will get them vaccinated. I see it as a good.
Presently, Grenada has 17,768 people fully vaccinated and 22,307 people receiving their first shot only. For GBN News, I am Rena Pett Thomas reporting.
A local brewing company is warning against milk crate challenge and the use of their crates to perform such stunts. The crate challenge is taking social media by storm with failed attempts that could land participants in the hospital.
Would you stand by and watch someone hurt themselves? The milk crate challenge videos are fun for some, but a broken neck or back is not. The challenge involves person climbing up crates stacked higher with each step until they get to the top before climbing down the other side. Many of the attempts results in falls caught on video. Videos spread across social media platforms have influenced young people locally to practice this dangerous stunt. One of the videos circulated show crates which appears to be that of ones used by a local bottling company. A statement issued by Carib Breweries Limited reads in part as follows, that the management and staff of Carib Breweries Limited and Carib Breweries USA wish to categorically state that neither of the companies or brands endorses the current social media milk crate challenge that is rapidly gaining popularity locally and abroad. It further states, with everyone's best interest in mind, we encourage you not to engage in this challenge or attempting the use of our crates or any such objects to promote or participate in this current trend or similar activities. Already it has led to serious bodily damage and can result in loss of life. Certain risk factors associated with the challenge include ligament damage, cracked wrists, and fractured hips. Brain or spinal damage, paralysis, and even death are other possible outcomes. Chrislyn John, GBN News.
Resist the temptation. You're big and you have sense, all right? Moving on. Before we toss to a commercial break, we have a programming note to share with you. Beginning tomorrow, Thursday, August 26th, GBN will be providing live coverage of the Caribbean Premier League cricket until September 15th, 2021 on both classic radio and GBN television. As a result of 7 p.m. match times on Thursday, August 26th and Friday, August 27th this week, GBN News will be broadcast at 6 p.m. The live coverage of CPL will also result in rescheduled programs and suspension for some across both mediums, radio and television. Radio match commentary starts at 9:45 a.m. for 10 a.m. matches. This is News at 7. Coming up, NIS tries to fill the gaps of the social and economic fallout created by the pandemic. Stay with us.
Need a quick, convenient way to pay your bills and avoid lines? Use the online banking feature from Republic Bank, First Caribbean, or Co-op Bank. Contact them today to set up your online banking and enjoy 24-hour convenience to make your bill payments. Stay safe. Grenlec, we are united even when we are apart.
Beep disinfectant spray is certified by a U.S. EPA compliant lab to kill the coronavirus that causes COVID-19. Beep disinfectant spray is now available in a convenient travel size can that travels everywhere with you. Beep for a happy, healthy home.
Take your shot and get back to your life. Take your shot and get back to your life. Take your shot, take your shot, take your shot, get back to your life. Take your shot, take your shot, take your shot, get back to your life. Take your shot, take your shot, take your shot, get back to your life. Take your shot, take your shot, take your shot, get back to your life.
A message from Republic Bank.
You can win when you top it up, switch it up, sign it up on the love. Easy wins with Flow. Easy wins, Flow. Easy wins.
Catch the easy summer vibes with over $70,000 in cash and prizes. Just top up $15 or more. Activate a prepaid plan, switch to Flow, or bundle your home services to get your share of $70,000 in cash, data, Samsung Galaxy devices, shopping vouchers, and more.
You can win when you top it up, switch it up, sign it up on the love. Easy wins with Flow.
Flow terms and conditions apply.
Let's get tough on breed-your larceny. It will destroy our economy. Larceny threatens our food security. Can hurt us locally, hurt us globally. To all the buyers, ask for license from all produce sellers. To all the people, 300 for police for them thieving fellas. To all the farmers, don't steal produce from your brother. Then you sell it to traffickers, hotels, and street vendors. Nah, man. Let's do all we can to stop breed-your larceny. New vigilance, new laws, and a tough judiciary. Stop Grenada's organized business crime. It's time.
To report breed-your larceny, call 300.
Ridgeway Residences, a modern, exclusive residential community offered by Ariza. Purchase one of our completely built houses or let us build for you by simply choosing your lot, choosing your home design from our selection, and let us do the rest. Owning a home does not have to be a frustrating process. For more information, contact Ariza Credit Union on 415-0994 or send us an email on info@ridgewayresidences.gd. Ridgeway Residences, hassle-free home ownership.
Is your business really ready this hurricane season? One of these businesses thinks they're ready. The other one is really ready. Business A used the MUI preparedness checklist. Business B didn't follow any checklist. Business A created a disaster preparedness plan, and practice drills make it easy to remember. Business B knows it's hurricane season but doesn't quite have a plan. Business A chats with their friendly Massey United insurance rep to check their deductible and ensure their coverage is adequate. She protects important documents and keeps duplicates off-site. Business B hasn't checked her insurance policy in a while. She protects important documents but forgot to make duplicates to be kept safe off-site. Let Massey United Insurance help you get ready this hurricane season. Download our helpful hurricane and disaster guide today.
Hello, everybody. I have got some exciting news just for you. Grenada is on the road to Dubai Expo 2020. Now, I know the pandemic has slowed us down just a bit, but this is your chance and your opportunity to showcase your business, products, and services to Dubai and to the whole world. So be a sponsor and jump on board. You can contact the Ministry of Foreign Affairs at 536-9818 or 440-2640. You can also pitch us an email at internationalbusinessgda@gmail.com. Grenada is on the road to Dubai Expo 2020, and you do not want to miss this opportunity. So see you there.
GBN leads, the others follow. This segment is brought to you by Republic Bank.
Take your shot and get back to your life. Take your shot and get back to your life. Take your shot, take your shot, take your shot, get back to your life. Take your shot, take your shot, take your shot, get back to your life. Take your shot, take your shot, take your shot, get back to your life. Take your shot, take your shot, take your shot, get back to your life.
A message from Republic Bank.
The recent rise in COVID-19 cases has brought several gaps to the fore. In addition to concerns about Grenada's capacity to handle a multiplicity of cases at any given time, there's concern about the social and economic fallout that will be created. GBN's Rena Pear-Thomas reports on efforts by the National Insurance Scheme to fill one of the gaps.
The National Insurance Scheme has come to the fore to assist with one of the fallouts created by COVID-19. It has extended its sickness benefit to cover persons who may have reductions in earning capacity because of the virus. Generally, the NIS will pay a sickness benefit if a person is ill. However, because some persons require isolation or to be placed in quarantine because they come in contact with someone who might have been infected, they may not be able to attend work. NIS Director Dorset Cromwell says the NIS has given effect to one aspect of the sickness benefit, which was not in effect, to allow those persons to receive coverage.
When this situation came up, we went back to the regulation and we noted that the regulation actually made provision for this situation. So it is that particular part of the regulation that gave us, that allowed us to pay the sickness benefit because people are either in quarantine or in isolation or have tested positive for COVID-19.
Claimants will have to meet several requirements.
Well, of course, if you test positive for COVID-19, you'll have to provide some sort of documentation, right? If you're required to isolate from your work, then your employer would simply have to state that on the form, right? And we take the word of the employer that, listen, this person is required to isolate. They cannot be on work because they would have come in contact with someone. The same would happen if the person is in quarantine, right?
Consideration is also been given to another possible payout for unemployment benefit.
Is that we've had some preliminary discussion with the Ministry of Finance. So that is what has happened so far. Nothing is concrete. The only thing that I can say definitively on this matter is that it would not be funded by the National Insurance Board.
Last year, the NIS paid approximately $10 million in unemployment benefits to persons who were displaced by COVID-19. Hundreds of workers lost their jobs as the country went into lockdown mode and businesses were forced to close their doors for several months. Workers in the tourism and hospitality sector were among those mostly impacted by COVID-19. For GBN News, I am Rena Pear-Thomas reporting.
Grenada's health minister and chief medical officer are attributing the challenges faced by the COVID-19 hotline to the non-compliant attitude displayed by many in recent times. More in this report from Rena Pear-Thomas.
In the midst of rigorous contact tracing, health officials are also bombarded by complaints from persons who say they are calling the COVID-19 hotline but getting no response. Health Minister Nicholas Steele says the country was warned.
The hotline, like any other aspect of this, is based on a moving target and time. We need to understand that we moved from 2 or 3 people having concern as to whether they were infected to thousands of people calling. And our initial response immediately is the Ministry of Health is not answering. The Ministry of Health said, like all ministries of health all over the world, if this thing gets mass outbreak, we're not going to be able to control it.
Chief Medical Officer Dr. Sean Charles says the medical team is doing their best.
Our healthcare team is out there. They start early in the morning, they finish late. All right? And these are persons who are going at it for months. All right? They've been going at it for months. All right? And they encounter all sorts of scenarios out there because they do get to homes and test individuals. And one thing I want to mention is that they are facing a great deal of abuse from some of the persons that they go out to test as well.
The health minister and the CMO are urging people to take advantage of the opportunity to access vaccines, especially now that they have choices. Cuban-trained medical doctor Terence Maricho is also hoping for increased vaccination rates now that people have a choice between Pfizer and AstraZeneca.
We have had the luxury of having AstraZeneca in our country for such a long time, relatively, when you consider the countries that don't have any. And if we had embraced it and used up all that we had, instead of having to give away some of what we had, we would have been in a much better situation here today where we wouldn't have to worry about a crisis like that. We would have been achieving, as the doctor just said before, herd immunity, or close to that.
The U.S. Food and Drug Administration approved the Pfizer vaccine on Monday, the same day that it was rolled out in Grenada. For GBN News, I am Rena Pett Thomas reporting.
Now for tonight's ISAW report. Let's see what our citizen journalist has in store for us.
A good eye captures all. GBN ISAW is brought to you by Clear Vision.
Hey, September is just around the corner, so let's see.
Booklets, check! Bag, check! Tablet, yes! Doctor, check! Eye check!
Clear Vision Eye Center is offering all students a free eye examination.
For the holiday?
Yeah, man, and they have the best prices on glasses. I hear they have glasses as low as $450.
But it's only for 1 month.
Boy, let me go, I can't miss that. Clear Vision Eye Center keeping students focused so that we can see the world with a clearer vision.
Tonight, our ISAW reporter wanted to highlight this image. According to our citizen journalist, he cut the featured rock fig plant down and weeks later saw a bunch of miniature rock figs growing from the stalk. A pleasant surprise indeed. Send us your photo and video submission via WhatsApp on 405-3052 or our other social media platforms.
Still ahead, the Health Ministry warns against misinformation as it fights the spread of COVID-19. This is News at 7.
Hassle-free loans for your every need. Cards have you covered, best believe. Cards Ready Cash is for everyone. Not to worry, fast approval. Hurry up and come. We got it all. We on the go. Cards Ready Cash, you already know. We got it all. We on the go. Cards Ready Cash, always ready when you're ready. Let's go.
Cards Ready Cash, ready when you are.
It's time to prepare for an A+ this term with back-to-school deals from Quartz. Shop today for laptops, tablets, printers, and more for a chance to win $1,000 cash. Get it now with Quartz Ready Finance and pay nothing for 60 days. Save big with great deals only from Quartz, bringing value home.
Looking for a professional team offering around-the-clock, private and confidential nursing, medical care, and aid services? Then look no further. Nurses Care Grenada is a fully certified, insured, and licensed healthcare facility committed to the reduction and eventual elimination of healthcare disparities affecting the nation. Our registered nurses will visit you at your home, assess your condition, and provide the required treatment under the directive of a doctor. So why worry when there's Nurses Care Grenada? Give us a call, 406-3928. Nurses Care, reliable, trusted professionals we can all depend on.
A whole new
level of convenience and comfort awaits you when you shop at Rise and Shine Supermarket and Hardware Supplies, Griffin Lane, Grenville. Convenient, because we are open Sunday to Sunday. We're even at your service on public holidays. Comfort, because we are easily accessible to the physically challenged. Free Wi-Fi is available while you shop, and bags come at no charge. Everyday low prices and excellent customer care. Adequate parking available. We supply everything you can possibly think of. Family and home supplies, fresh meat, vegetables, and personal care products. All brands of cooking gas at affordable prices. You can send in your order, have it pulled, or pick up express.
How will you react when you win?
Get ready.
Because the next Waggity Virtual Bingo goes down on Sunday, September 5th. So we're gonna make it a September to remember. And this time you can win $10,000 US. Tickets are only US $10. But hear this. If you're playing for the first time, your tickets will only cost $5 US. Whoa, that's amazing. Players in Grenada. Tickets are available at gotofed.com or from any numerous box offices island-wide. All overseas players, remember, tickets are only available at gotofed.com. Join the fun online and let's make Sunday, September 5th a September to remember. Play Waggity Virtual Bingo. It's so simple and easy to play.
Introducing Color by Sissons. 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 Color by Sissons.
With a Digicel Prime Bundle, get double the dedicated Sports Max data to enjoy the greatest sports event happening now. Live in the Sports Max app. Get a 30-day Digicel Prime Bundle today in the My Digicel app. Digicel, better together.
What does it take to be an amazing woman? Lots of me time. Amazing women are classy, fancy, and a little sassy. It's the drink for me. Cheers! Sometimes you've got to show them who's boss. Alpha male? Nah, alpha females are more amazing. Cheers to securing the bag. We make time for ourselves, for work, friends, and we certainly make time for passion. We're simply amazing. Amazing cream liqueur for the amazing woman in you.
Is GBN. We've got the means, the power, and the medium. This segment is brought to you by Flow.
You can win when you top it up, switch it up, sign it up, bundle up. Easy wins with Flow. Easy win, Flow. Easy win.
Catch the easy summer vibes with over $70,000 in cash and prizes. Just top up $15 or more. Activate a prepaid plan. Switch to Flow or bundle your home services to get your share of $70,000 in cash, data, Samsung Galaxy devices, shopping vouchers, and more.
You can win when you top it up, switch it up, sign it up, bundle up. Easy wins with Flow.
Flow terms and conditions apply.
As Grenada battles its way through this critical phase of its COVID-19 management, the Ministry of Health again advises the public to avoid misinformation, as it can literally make the difference between life and death in this pandemic. More in this report.
The government of Grenada, through the Ministry of Health, disseminates official, factual, and credible information. Any information relating to policy and response in this pandemic will come officially from the ministry with its insignia. As the state of Grenada navigates its way through curbing this recent outbreak, the ministry will provide regular updates on its epidemiological situation and the ongoing response mechanisms. The situation is fluid, and so too will the official information. The ministry is asking the public to scale up its personal hygiene, such as the proper wearing of masks in public spaces, frequent sanitizing or washing of hands, and the continuous practice of avoiding large gatherings and remaining 6 feet away from other people outside your household. Clinical psychologist Dr. Augustine Panchu warns against absorbing misinformation spread across platforms.
And allow this misinformation to flow and affect people, vulnerable people. Let me tell you something, Blossom. There are many Grenadians who are taking Facebook as gospel. They're taking Instagram. They're taking word of mouth of the neighbor. There are so many doctors, Facebook doctors and Facebook epidemiologists and Facebook nurses and pharmacists. There are so many Facebook psychologists and therapists and counselors that it is mind-boggling how we survive. And so the misinformation takes on a multifaceted way.
The statement from the ministry adds that a crucial element in this fight against COVID-19 is vaccination. All scientific studies show that vaccination are proven to work in preventing severe illnesses, hospitalization, and death. Grenada currently has 2 WHO-approved vaccines for dissemination to the public, AstraZeneca and Pfizer. The AstraZeneca vaccine continues to be available to all adults. The Pfizer vaccine is currently available to anyone aged 12 and over at any vaccination center on the island. This includes the National Stadium, where vaccination is available to the public free of cost daily. Grenada's present allocations of Pfizer and AstraZeneca vaccines are enough to provide the requisite 2 doses for thousands of Grenadians, with appropriate intervals between the doses. The ministry urges those who have not yet done so to get vaccinated to give them the best possible chance in the face of this deadly disease. The ministry continues to also encourage anyone who has been exposed to COVID-19 or who is experiencing symptoms that are consistent with COVID-19 to immediately isolate themselves from others and call 458-4787 or 538-4787 or your nearest health center or medical station to request testing. The COVID-19 test is free for all symptomatic people and their contacts. Chrislyn John, GBN News.
Stay with us. We have sports up next.
We support you at every stage of your life.
For business,
for your education,
for your financial freedom,
for that new ride.
Upgrade your life with the Communal. Contact us today.
There is an auto repair center that is revolutionizing the way they do business. Presenting Premium Auto Services Limited. We offer wheel alignment, diagnostic scan, AC servicing, transmission fluid exchange, power steering fluid flush, just to name a few. We are in fact your one-stop auto repair center for motor cars, SUVs, pickups, buses, and even trucks. We're on the California Main Road and boast of a highly skilled professional team. We are trusted and highly recommended, and most of all, certified by Master Align. Visit us today or call 439-4000. Premium Auto Services Limited, your complete auto care center.
Are you looking for quality herbs and herbal supplements, or are you thinking about having a complete body cleanse to jumpstart your health? Then no need to look further. Visit Nirvana Natural Health Clinic, Detox Center, and Natural Health Store. We carry a wide range of herbal products for kidney and gallstone cleansing, male sexual enhancement formulas, asthma and sinusitis, gas and bloating, acid reflux, constipation, arthritis, imbalanced hormones, female health issues, liver cleansing, weight loss, and so much more. Also available, colonic irrigation, holistic health consultations, essential oils, and diffusers. Look out for our online natural health store coming soon. Call 231-6642 418-7115 or 449-7753 to find out about our delivery options or to book an appointment. Visit us at Belmont St. George's, close to the Foliage, Monday to Saturday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Nirvana Natural Health Clinic. Detox your way to health.
And Valley Pharmacy offers both wholesale and retail pharmaceutical and over-the-counter products. We have the most competitive and affordable prices. We are the agents for Vit Plus multivitamin for healthy everyday lifestyle and Sanatogen powder. Hills and Valley Pharmacy supplies the best quality, name brand clinical products such as Rescue Oil, Bio Oil, Neutrogena, Aveeno, and Claritin. We offer the most convenient opening hours. Our telephone numbers are 435-6904 or 6903. Remember, at Hills and Valley Pharmacy, your health is our business. We care.
Now open, Hills and Valley Medicare Center, your one-stop for medical supplies, massage therapy, physiotherapy, and an in-house physician. At Hills and Valley, your health is our business. Once upon a time, we shopped at Wonderland, then Neverland. But we're all grown up now and no longer believe in fairy tales. So now we just shop at Shoes R Us. At Shoes R Us, we stock the latest in shoes, tops, and jeans for the fashion-conscious lady. We also carry colognes and much, much more. And for the modern trendy male, we have the latest brand-name shoes and sneakers, Converse, Reebok, Nike, K-Swiss, Puma, and much more. So check us out at our two convenient locations, Melville Street in St. George and Ben Jones Street in Granville. At Shoes R Us, we say, come shop with us.
This is GBN Sports. Grenadians have a treat to look forward to tonight as Niamh Cruikshank, Grenada's first Paralympic swimmer, will swim at 5 minutes past 10 our time. She will be participating in the women's 100-meter breaststroke. Niamh is the first para swimmer to compete to qualify for Tokyo 2020. She is currently in Tokyo, accompanied by chef de mission Kwame D. Hippolyte. The official formation of the Grenada Paralympic Committee, GPC, opened the avenue for swimmers like Cruikshank to be officially classified as a para-athlete and compete against other athletes who are differently abled. Pakistan crushed West Indies by 109 runs to level series. Shaheen Shah Afridi completed a 10-wicket match haul to bowl Pakistan to a series leveling 109-run victory over the West Indies in the final session of the second and final test at Sabina Park yesterday. Starting the day at 49 for 1 and facing the unlikely target of 329, the West Indies were again led let down by their top order batting, sliding to 113 for 6 in mid-afternoon, despite a battling 39 from captain Craig Brathwaite. Here are some highlights of Day 5.
Beautifully played through the mid-wicket region. Jason Holder, so elegant when he bats and scores. No risk in this shot. Jason Holder picks up another boundary. His third 4 in his innings, moves to 38 now.
Ian Bishop, good afternoon.
Hello, Stacey. Hello, everyone. And thanks for that greeting with that lovely drive. Long limbs of Jason Holder. Gap finding supreme. Easily done. They've been planning for that. Forward rolls and tumbles and rolls in glee.
Yeah, just when your strength becomes your weakness. Gets into that drive again, Jason Holder. And he just falls for that trap. That extra feeler just in position.
Touched nothing but the boundary rope. I'm surprised sometimes that Kemar Roach hasn't scored more runs in Test match cricket. Everything about his technique is pleasing. In swing, finger goes up. Shaheen Shah Afridi once again with that late movement. Reviewed.
Ball jocking coming up. Pitching in line, impact in line, wickets hitting. Can I go back to Greg on field? Greg, can you stay with your out decision? You're on screen now.
Over the top from Joshua De Silva, and a couple bounces into the boundary. A strange shot, but a boundary nonetheless.
Doesn't have a lot to lose at this point. Just hitting through the line of that one.
In the air and taken. Fahim Ashraf completes the catch. And victory for Pakistan. 10 wickets in the match for that man, Shaheen Shah Afridi.
Wow. The U.S. Department of Justice, DOJ, announced yesterday that it will return to CONCACAF and its affected member associations $70 million in funds recovered from individuals and entities implicated in the long-running investigation of corruption in world football. The DOJ also announced that it will return misappropriated funds to 2 other international football organizations, FIFA and CONMEBOL. From CONCACAF's perspective, this announcement concludes a long-term legal effort prioritized by CONCACAF President Victor Montagliani since he assumed office in 2016 to recover football development funds misappropriated by previous CONCACAF administrations. Since 2015, CONCACAF actively assisted the DOJ in its efforts to investigate, charge, and convict corrupt officials within CONCACAF, FIFA, and other football confederations. That's it for sports. We have more news when we come back. This is the One Caribbean Hookup. The increase in COVID-19 calls is taking a toll on the St. Lucia Fire Service. So says Fire Officer Joseph, who warns that the rise in COVID-19 pandemic-related infections are affecting the response to other pressing emergencies.
The sheer number of COVID-19 calls is putting added strain on manpower and resources of the fire service. The island surpassed 7,000 COVID-19 cases weeks after the July general elections. The fire service must not only perform their regular duties, but also attend to COVID-19 calls. Chief Fire Officer Joseph disclosed that the ambulances in the fleet have also run their course.
The spike has resulted in us responding to certainly more COVID calls, and that has, of course, put some added pressure on our staff and our resources as well. Our ambulances, for example, are limited in numbers. The condition of some of our ambulances are such that they require replacement already. Some of them are in use. Some of them we have in use. There since 2007. Those ambulances we got at the time of the World Cup, and most of these emergency vehicles need to be replaced after 5 years. However, we try our best to make the best use of what we have.
There's a call for government to give priority attention for vaccination to the homeless in Jamaica. We got details in this report.
No fixed address and no steady income. The homeless are often forgotten in a lot of ways. But when COVID cases first started to soar last year, persons questioned the government about a plan to have them wear masks and follow other COVID safety protocols. While some private charities have tried to help, sustainability remains a challenge. And now with the push for everyone to get vaccinated, once again the question, what about the homeless? TVJ News spoke with a homeless man in St. Catherine who did not want to be identified.
I was riding past the clinic and my security guard called me and told me that they give me the dose, I must come over, and I went over there immediately and get it.
He's been encouraging other homeless persons to get vaccinated, but says some of them are hesitant. However, those who spoke with TVJ News were eager to get vaccinated.
If that's what the government say I need to protect myself and be immune from that thing, of course I would take it.
Some of we have sense, we take it. Some of we not that dark and full food. Understand, no matter how homeless, but we have kids, so we still have sense. Understand, so we know the vaccine a good thing. When I catch corona, we kill her, and the vaccine it can't kill us. A good thing government bring in simple equation, simple mathematics.
The vaccination directive issued by the Ministry of Education can only be deemed as a slap in the face of the Guyana Teachers Union. Mark Light told Travis Chase that the Ministry of Education is about to feel the presence of the GTU if that directive is not pushed back. HDP TV reports.
A directive from the Ministry of Education that warns teachers that they would be marked as absent if they do not take a COVID-19 vaccine or produce a negative test once weekly has prompted the Guyana Teachers Union to immediately withdraw from participating in the assessment of schools and other engagements with the ministry until the release is retracted. President of the Guyana Teachers Union, Mark Light, on Tuesday afternoon commented on how the union's decision would affect the Ministry of Education.
Well, we've asked them to withdraw the press release and to change that position. I have not heard from the ministry that will be done, so the union is preparing to make its presence felt. We have different options. We have protest actions. We have our teachers who are attending workshops, we can advise them not to because many of them are not vaccinated, but they are still asked to be in a workshop. Our teachers who are required to go into schools to do preparation, like pre-term preparation, we can advise them. So there are several steps that can hinder the whole process.
That directive issued by the Ministry of Education also apply to cleaners and administrative staff.
That's it for the One Caribbean Hookup. Stay tuned for a recap of the headlines. The headlines further alarm in Grenada as 35 new COVID-19 cases are identified. Is mass testing possible? A question that arises amidst increase in COVID-19 cases. Health officials dismayed over blatant disregard of self-isolation orders. Members of the public assess the prospect of herd immunity among students ahead of the September 6th reopening. Brewing company issues warning amidst latest social media challenge that can result in severe bodily harm. If you missed any part of this newscast, a repeat of it will be broadcast at 10 o'clock tonight. Continue to follow us online at www.gbn.gd or on GBN Television's Facebook page and YouTube channel for these and other top stories. I'm Chrislyn Lashington. That's the news. We'll see you again. Good night.